Welcome to Art Lectio, a space where the enjoyment of art is restored to its original purpose. Contemplation leads to transformation. In each reflection, we will read what we see, reflect on its significance, respond with gratitude, and rest in the inspiration it offers for our daily lives. Today, we're reflecting on the Conversion on the Way to Damascus by Caravaggio. A man lies fallen. He's cradled by the dust. His arms are stretched wide with fingers reaching towards the unseen. And his eyes are closed. But not in sleep, in blindness. Caught between the world he knew and the world remaking itself inside of him. His crimson robe spills around him like a wound, bright against the muted earth. The light has struck him down, yet it does not scorch or consume. It claims him. Above him, a horse, this creature of great power and movement, pauses mid-step, arrested by something it cannot name. Its flank gleams under the unseen light, its great head turns slightly, indifferent to the men beneath. And then there is the groom. Steady hands, withered face. He tends to the bridle, unaware that the world is changing just behind him. He stands absorbed in the ordinary while a soul is being unmade and remade in the dust. There's no angels, no trumpets, only light and silence, and who will never walk the same road again. What does it mean to be brought low? Saul rode towards Damascus with certainty, his heart a fist, his purpose a sword. He knew who he was. He knew what he was called to do. And then the light came. It did not ask permission, it did not negotiate, it simply took him, unmade him, and pressed him into the dust. He cannot see, he cannot rise, he can only listen. Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? His old name rings through the silence, but his old self is already slipping away. In this moment, Saul is not powerful, he is helpless. And yet, for the first time, he is precisely where he needs to be. The great paradox of grace, it does not always exalt, sometimes it undoes. It does not always lead us forward, sometimes it casts us down so that we might rise differently. Paul would later write in 2 Corinthians 12, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." This is what weakness looks like, a man on his back, arms open, eyes blind, and yet the light has already claimed him. Lord, as I enter prayer, my prayer is undo me. Undo my uncertainty where it has hardened into pride. Undo my strength where it keeps me from kneeling. Undo my sight where I only see what I want to see. I fight to remain standing, yet you call me to the ground. I fight to remain whole, yet you call me to be remade. Let me not fear the moment you stop me in my tracks. Let me not resist the mercy that overturns me. I surrender. Take me into the light I cannot yet understand. Amen. we are invited to step into this painting. The foreshortening perspective literally commands us to assume the position of Saul. And so as we step into the painting, I invite you to breathe in and breathe out and close your eyes. You are on the road. You are moving forward, sure of your steps and confident of your path. And then without warning, the light comes in. It's not cruel, it's not violent, but it is relentless, and it stops you and it turns you inward, folds you into something beyond yourself. You're on your back now. Your arms are open. Your eyes are closed. But perhaps blindness is the first step towards sight. Stay here. Stay in the moment before the rising. Let grace hold you in the dust. We think of conversion as a moment of joy, but sometimes it's a moment of undoing. Grace is not always a gentle hand. Sometimes it's a collision, a light so bright that it knocks us from the path we once walked so confidently. Have you ever been interrupted by grace? A plan shattered? A certainty unraveled? A door closed, never to be opened again? We call this disruption. But God calls this an invitation. Saul did not ask for this light. He did not seek this moment, but it sought him, and it seeks us too. Could it be that the moment you feel most lost is the moment you are being led somewhere new? Could it be that the thing you are grieving is actually making space for something you cannot yet imagine? We are afraid of falling. We're afraid of losing our way, but perhaps falling is simply the first act of rising. And so today, I choose to stop fighting and to start trusting. I choose to believe that even in my blindness, I am being led to true sight. Thank you for joining me for today's daily reflection. Consider joining me tomorrow morning to start your day well. Tap the bell icon to be notified, or if you can't wait, you might want to watch the clip on your screen for more inspiration.